What's up, guys? Your boys are back. I'm Ryan, my man, George.
What's shaking, guys, man? How y'all living out there, man? Shout out to the free thinkers,
Yeah,
man.
we got a special one today, boy. We got a special one, man. Common doing a freestyle on LA Leakers. Now, y'all know that this is a big request. This is like right up our alley. If anything is lost in Vegas,
this is right here.
this
right
is
here.
it.
Right
this
here.
is it. This is home. Literally home for your boy. Because you know your
Chicago.
boy's from Chicago. But that don't mean people get a pass. No, but man, Common is one of the illest to do it, man. Solidified, man. How many albums has this guy made? How many albums are considered classics?
I think a lot of people kind of caught back on to Common when Common linked up with Kanye, when he did the B album and Finding Forever.
Yeah.
But even back when he did Resurrection and I Used to Love Her and all these classics that he's had, you know, the beef with Ice Cube. I mean, Common has put out, you know what I'm saying? Seriously, a lot of great music and had a lot of great moments. You know what I mean? Even the singles that are just like staple neoclassic hip hop joints, right?
Remember that? There are times.
There you go. That is the one
you
that I'm talking about. Yeah.
That was fire though.
Like Water for Chocolate.
Don't even get me started.
Yeah,
I'll sing that
incredible.
shit the whole fucking house.
So when you think of conscious,
I never knew what love.
well, like this, that's what I'm saying. We can keep rocking.
He's still true to hip hop because he was on that Queen and King shit.
He's conscious.
Way before that. Now it's like cool, right? Now it's like cool to actually be a good human being.
Because I think he's, you know, very, very slept on.
Yep.
And he's accomplished a great deal, made great music, has classic material. No reason why Common can't be considered one of the greatest to ever do. He's one of the greatest to ever do it, in my opinion.
Me too.
I think when we say GOAT, greatest to ever, greatest of all
Don't
time.
do it to him, George.
No,
Don't
no.
do it.
I want people to start thinking like this. I really want people to realize this. People just think GOAT means top 10. If you are in the top, at least top 50, some people can say top 100.
I would say 100.
For me, top 50. But if you're saying,
I know, but I hear you.
I feel you. If you are in the top 50 of the cream of the crop, you are a GOAT. If we're talking basketball, man, when you think of the top 50 players, you're talking about the cream of the crop. We're talking about thousands and thousands and thousands of players that have come through that weren't able to achieve that.
Exactly.
I just think that when we talk about Hall of Fame, there's Hall of Fame, and then there's like the
Don't do it.
the Legends Hall. You know what I'm saying? And I think Common can be in both. I think you can make an argument that he can be in both.
Yeah.
So anyways, man, we're excited about this.
Let's get to it, man.
Y'all told us when we did the Ray Vaughn shit, this came out right after Ray Vaughn
Yeah.
shit. So we were like, oh, and we had a lot going on, so we really wanted to touch it when we
Yes, sir.
we knew we were gonna get to this, man. So shout out to everybody that requested it. Let's get into it. Common spitting a freestyle. Looks like over Raekwon's Incarcerated Scarface is one of my favorite beats ever. And Living Proof too, which is fire.
Yes, sir. LA Leakers, just incredible. DJ Sour Milk.
right, man. Oh.
Chicago done kicked the door open.
It's about to be special right
Come
now.
on,
Yes,
man.
yes.
Welcome, Common, to the freestyle
Legend.
show, man.
Peace to the LA Leakers, man.
Yeah,
I'm grateful
thank
to
you.
be here. I'm gonna get it sparked. I'm an MC.
And he's
It's
just
that
humble, too.
time.
So he ain't gonna be like,
You
"Nah."
came to the
Good
right
dude,
place.
man.
Yeah,
Good dude.
peace to the gods
beat
and
is
the
crazy,
earths and all across the universe. My name is Common. Yeah.
Oh, we ready, man.
get
We
to
locked and loaded tonight.
To it.
Come on, baby.
Light the Apollo, the Holy Spirit of Chicago. Married to the game, I should've took the bitch to Cabo. I know, like Bill Withers, feel niggas. They say stay safe, but they still hit us. Feel the rivers, it's like the ghosts of Emmett Till with us. We got black cars, now they gotta deal with us. Rihanna got a bill, they gotta deal with the sisters. In pursuit of happiness, I ask God to Will Smith is blessed are the meek. We inherit earth and then we speak into existence. I'm rooted in black thoughts like Tariq, I was a drifter. Now I'm a shifter of paradigms, a uplifter of tethered minds. Forever signed to the art form, no things didn't start warm. Wrinkles in time till I met my Tony Stark's form. Straighten it out, Iron Man. While some was working the pots and frying pans. Some of my guys with keys
go.
like Robert.
Hold on. Yeah, I'm about to say, pause that shit. I thought you was going to keep it. I was like, hold on. We got to talk about it.
my Tony Stark's form.
He's an Iron Man. You know what I'm saying? I straightened it out. Iron Man.
Wrinkles in time. Iron Man. My Tony Stark. That was crazy.
That was hard, man. That was hard. We got black cards. Now they got to deal with us, right?
Crazy.
I love that line, man, because the way I'm interpreting that line is obviously black card. American Express gives you a black card that has an unlimited limit, right? You can just spend as much as you want. But the way I'm taking that is black excellence, that the black people, the culture now is a force to be reckoned with. We have unlimited potential. You know what I mean? And now you got to deal with this. I mean, now the world is kind of seeing our true potential, so to speak. That's kind of the way I'm interpreting that line.
Yeah.
I think that's fire.
You know, when you got money to throw around, man, you know, you got to deal with it. You got to deal with all that. So I thought that was a slick line. And he kind of followed that up, Ryan, when he said Rihanna got a bill, they got to deal with the sisters, right? Rihanna literally was recently, I think they said that she's a billionaire, right?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure she's a billionaire. So slick. But one thing that I think is important for people to understand, for people who aren't familiar with Common, is that, again, when we say conscious, conscious typically deals with like you discussing black plight. You know what I'm saying? So it's going to be black centric. I'm rooted in black thoughts, like Tariq, black thoughts. But Black Thought is a rapper, right? Who's another conscious rapper. But black thoughts, thoughts of black excellence and black advancement or whatever the case may be. So that's something to kind of keep in mind, man. He's made it no secret. He wants to see his people that come from these, you know, he talks about the plight, talks about the struggles. And he said he's a, what did he say, of tethered minds? What did he say?
Uplifter of tethered minds.
I'm an uplifter of tethered minds. When you think of the word tethered, right? You're sort of chained, or you're attached to maybe an old ideology, or your mind isn't free. And I'm uplifting, I'm freeing your minds, right? So that's his approach. It's important for people to know that. If you want to know anything about Common, he's always going to come from a conscious black perspective, not anti anything, but just we need to stop, you know, we need to get out of this sort of
mind state that could be detrimental to
progress.
Yeah, it really can.
You know, so let's just, you know, let's keep it going. I'm gonna bring it back a little bit because there was so much in here, man. That Tony Starks, that
was hard.
Yeah, we're gonna touch that again. But let's let it rock. We gotta go back to that line because that's a really dope line.
But they still hit us, feel the rivers. It's like the ghosts of Emmett Till with us. We got black cards, now they gotta deal with us. Rihanna got a bill, they gotta deal with the sisters. In pursuit of happiness, I ask God to Will Smith is blessed are the meek. We inherit earth and then we speak into existence. I'm rooted in black thoughts like Tariq, I was a drifter. Now I'm a shifter of paradigms, a uplifter of tethered minds. Forever signed to the art form, no things didn't start warm. Wrinkles in time till I met my Tony Starks form. And straighten it out, Iron Man. While some was working the pots and frying pans. Some of my guys knew keys like Robert Glasper. They gave me room so I could be a master. My book of life, I write it like a Christ chapter. When hip hop was dead, I met it in the life after. Vision in the hereafter. Listening to Donnie Hathaway, trying to find a way to get my people out the trap or the prisons. Talking with my daughter, I learned to listen. She studying law, I told her make firm decisions. This is a prism of hip hop realism. From the block we arisen, still we walk like Egyptians. It's the not need edition. Let it rock me dimension. The lock key ignition to them Ali dimensions.
Let's go back. We're gonna be here a long time.
You can see he's in a trance too. You can see it.
It's gonna
It's
be
gonna be a long time.
long time. Yeah, bro.
You know when you start singing Helms and shit. The shit's
And
real.
I think it's gonna be a long video.
Forever signed to the art form, no things didn't start warm. And then he went into that Tony Stark scheme there, right? What I'm getting there from there, man, is when before that he said a shifter of paradigms too. So it's almost like he knew that he was always different and he was always cut from a different cloth to help people kind of break the chain of the same old, for lack of a better explanation. And he was forever honing his craft, right, in the art form, right? And things didn't start warm. It wasn't like he just started hot. I feel like there's so much work and sweat and tears that he's always displayed in the art form. I love that.
When he got to that Tony Stark's line, when he said, forever signed to the art form, and no things didn't start warm, wrinkles in time until I met my Tony Stark's form. So let's talk about that line. Now, I'm not an Avengers expert here. You know what I'm saying? I saw it, I like it. I'm not like obsessed with it like, like Comic-Con, like a Comic-Con groupie and shit. Shout out to everybody that loves that. I enjoyed those movies. But I believe in the end game, right? He essentially to save the universe, they had to go back in time to stop the Thanos snap from happening or whatever to bring everybody back, right? And he says here in this line, wrinkles in time until I met my Tony Stark's form. Those were like adjusting time, right? They were trying to iron it out, right? Iron out those wrinkles in time to save the universe. And he's sort of the analogy there is so slick because when he started out, it didn't start warm. There were wrinkles, right? He could have been in it could have been a shitty record label deal that he could have been in. He could have just not been in the right mindset to receive his blessings, right? He had to learn the game a little bit. It didn't start warm.
And straightened it out, Iron Man, right?
That's slick.
That's how he finished that scheme, right? So he had to you know, Iron straightens the wrinkles, right? But also Iron Man from the Marvels, right?
It's Tony Stark's.
It's true form. But also the way I'm taking that is he's strong. He's Iron Man, like a strong man competition. He's an Iron Man, you know, because he's lived through all the bullshit. He straightened it out.
But also, I love when he said right here, when he was like, while some was working the pots and frying pans, right? That's a reference to dudes was cooking up. They were cooking up drugs or whatever in the hood, right? And he also said, some of my guys move keys like Robert Glasper. I'm assuming he's a pianist. I don't know who that is, but I'm assuming that's
I would assume so.
a pianist, or moving keys, but moving keys as in drugs.
Kilos.
He said, they gave me room so I could be a master. So if you know anything about growing up in the hood sometimes, man, you grow up around dudes that selling drugs. And sometimes, man, these guys will try to deter you. Like the OGs that's doing it will know that what they're doing is wrong, and they'll try to get someone that they see potential in. They'll try to get him away from that.
They're like, nah, you don't want this, bro.
Right. So they gave him room so he could become who he is. Right. So there's an affinity that he has for these guys. Right. These OGs, man. But even going back up again, man, when I think about that, we got black cards. They got to deal with us, right? You deal cards. I don't know if we said that, but you know, you deal cards, but black card, Amex card, like Ryan said. And you think about In the Pursuit of Happiness, I asked God to Will Smith us, right? I mean, he could be referencing just in that movie how Will Smith had to overcome adversity or whatever to get to the next level. And he's asking God to sort of to help his people excel to the next level, right? He has these lines, man, that are essentially just reinforcing that point, right? Blessed are the meek, we inherit earth and then we speak, right? It's this sort of like the meek shall inherit the earth is what he's referencing, right? The Bible quote. The meek, as in the disadvantaged, the people who've been oppressed, shall inherit the earth, and then we speak.
Yes.
And then that's kind of tying into the Rihanna line, right?
Yep,
Like to sort of like Rihanna, representative of black sisters, right? They got to deal with us. Now we're inheriting, now we're on top, and now when we speak, we make change, man.
Powerful.
Shifting paradigms. So super fucking dope. And this is what great rappers do, man. I feel like lyricism's like a jump shot, man. It's the last thing, the last thing to go, man. If you can rhyme, people will always be able to.
That's true, boy.
You know what I'm saying? People will always at least be able to appreciate you and appreciate your skill. That's the beauty of skill, man. That's why I care about writing so much, man. Fire though, so far. I know that was a long pause, but fire.
Yeah, man.
So I could be a master. My book of life, I write it like a Christ chapter. When hip hop was dead, I met it in the life after. Vision in the hereafter. Listening to Donnie Hathaway, trying to find a way to get my people out the trap or the prisons. Talking with my daughter, I learned to listen. She's studying law, I told her make firm decisions. This is a prism of hip hop realism. From the block we arisen, still we walk black Egyptians. It's the knock need edition. Planet Rock reinvention, the lock key ignition to them Ali dimensions. Grew up around stones and they rock me to wisdom. They yell all is well and it got me to wishing. Tupac Lee edition, keeping my head up, I am a rider.
Yeah, he's going crazy. All is
I
well.
grew up around stones since they rocked.
The wisdom.
They said all was well, but then they got me to wishing. Wishing well, but rock, rolling
It's crazy.
stone.
It's
This
crazy.
is crazy, boy.
They gave me the room so I could master my book of life. I write it like a Christ chapter, right? When hip hop was dead, I met it in a life after.
That was hard. And it also just speaks to his internal love for hip hop as well. When they say hip hop is dead, hip hop will never die as well. Is how I'm taking that line as well. He said, talking with my daughter, I learned to listen. She's studying law. I told her to make firm decisions, right? A firm, which is a law firm. But I told her to make firm decisions. So that was just a slick play on words, right? But when he got into this part right here, flow wise, I think he changed the flow when he said, this is a prism of hip hop realism from the block. We arisen. Still we walk like Egyptians. This the not need edition, right? Then he said, Planet Rock reinvention. Something Ali dimensions, right? That was hard. Then grew up around stones and they rocked me to wisdom, right? So that Stones line, I believe that's referencing a gang in Chicago, right? The Stones. He said, I grew up around stones, right? They rocked me to wisdom. So he's referencing the Rolling Stones, right? The rock band they're a rock band, rocked me to wisdom. But he's also referencing his OGs that gave him the wisdom. You know what I'm saying? And it's just playing into what he said earlier about they gave him room to grow. They could have put him on, they could have put the pressure on him, whatever, but they saw potential in him and they allowed him to be great, to find his purpose, which I think is dope. But when going back up there to that Egyptians line, though, man, that this the knock need edition. So when he's talking about when he says it's the knock need, when he talks about Egyptians, he's again, Common is black centric. He's talking about the ancient civilization, the Egyptian ancient civilization, right? and sort of embodying that. Like we still walk like Egyptians, even though that was a song. I don't think that's the reference, but we walk like Egyptians. We carry ourselves with high dignity and
royalty.
And royalty, like royalty, right? But this the Knock Need edition, though, right? Knock Knees was like a thing in the 90s. I don't know if it was in Chicago, but when you was kind of bow-legged knock knee, it was a swag thing. It was a bop. You know, y'all call it a bop, the walk and shit, you know, the Knock Need edition. So we're modernizing this level of royalty. And we carry ourselves like it's just like royalty, but this is hip hop, right? This is the modern way of carrying ourselves, still embodying those same teachings and philosophies. But this is the Planet Rock reinvention. This is the hip hop form, the modern version of it. I think is what he's saying.
I'm just laughing, man, because there was a time that bow-legged was in like a motherfucker. If you was bow-legged,
so I'm not tripping.
You ain't tripping.
Okay.
Because I used to try to practice to walk bow-legged.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because I wanted to look like I was bow-legged and I was fast and I.
But a lot of hoopers, a lot of hoopers was bow-legged.
That's what I'm saying.
Shout out to my brother. Shout out to my brother Sheeta. My brother was bow-legged. You know what I'm saying? I was bow-legged a little bit, but that was because I had an issue.
No, I was trying to be bow-legged. I didn't have an issue, but I was trying to be bow-legged so I could, feel like I was a little bit more athletically inclined and shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Nigga bow-legged, so he got to be fast.
But that's important, though. That's funny as hell. And I want to laugh right now. But it's important to point that out. Those details like that you have to have been there to understand why he would even say not need and why is that a good thing. You know what I'm saying? It's important to kind of embody like, yo, this the not need edition. This is that flavor, that different flavor. Still important to carry those teachings, but give you that different flavor, man. That modern shit, right? Planet Rock reinvention. He's talking about your boy. We don't need to say homeboy's name because he's on some other shit. But the dude that made Planet Rock, go research that.
Yeah.
But ladies that was like, grew up in the 90s, man, you keep it real, man. The dudes that was bow-legged, that was a thing. Yeah, I know
that was sexy to them.
That was sexy. Y'all know why y'all thought that was sexy, but we don't need it because I'm going to have to pause it, pause this video. Literally pause it, but say pause. Y'all know why I thought that. The Ali Dimensions line, right? He said, this is the lock key ignition from them Ali Dimensions to kind of finish that. That was like, I think he's referencing Muhammad Ali.
Yep.
The great Muhammad Ali, man. The not just the fighter, but the
mind,
the activist, right?
And the mind. That dude was incredible. Yeah.
He said they yell all is well, and then they got me to wishing. That it's one of those lines where you could just be like, okay, I don't. Yeah. That's just a regular line. What he's saying is when he says they yell all is well, he could be representing a lot of things, man. Racism doesn't exist. All the world's fine. And stop making excuses about this. And Common's like, yeah, I wish, right? Yeah. But he's referencing a wishing well. When you throw a coin in a wishing well, right?
Yeah.
All is well, wish. But what he's saying is he wishes that things were
well. But the reality is not that
That's
way.
not the reality.
Because that was a gang reference, too, prior to that line. You know what I'm saying? And they're saying, they yelling all is well. With gangs, they making money and doing things in gangs, but that shit ain't. You got me to wish like, man, maybe shit is well. I wish shit was well.
Yeah, just because things may be better, it doesn't mean that it's well. We're in a place that we are cured, right? There's still problems that exist.
We're still sick. We're still sick.
Let's keep it going.
Some of my guys knew keys like Robert Glasper. They gave me room so I could be a master. My book of life, I write it like a Christ chapter. When hip-hop was dead, I met it in the life after. Envisioning the hereafter. Listening to Donnie Hathaway, trying to find a way to get my people out the trap or the prisons. Talking with my daughter, I learned to listen. She's studying law, I told her make firm decisions. This is a prism of hip-hop realism. From the block we arisen, still we walk like Egyptians. It's the Knock Need edition. Planet Rock reinvention. The lock key ignition to them Ali dimensions. Grew up around stones and they rock me to wisdom. They yell all is well and it got me to wishing. Tupac Lee ambition. I'm keeping my head up. I am a rider from the black pool of genius and I'm a diver. Striver of perfection inside of my inflections. The blessings of the destined. Resting with no questions. These are the strides of a knocker. Took time to myself like Naomi Osaka. Took time off the never rhyme soft. My mind's off the grid that I climbed off. I'm live till I sign off. My man Murray said never take your shine off. Sometimes I go offline to get these lines off. My crown chakras like a Chi-Town opera. Violence, they broke in my crib and seen Oscars, Emmys, Grammys. Damn me near an EGOT, and he's still hip-hop. I'm the with Bird is to bebop, with AI is to Reebok, with Jada is to D-Block. The game need a detox. Go get your turmeric and Dr. Sadie Seamoss. Burning says we crossed for the tribes that we lost. In the
Yeah, ears is going crazy. I missed that last line. I ain't gonna lie, because I was still on the
detox shit?
Yeah, the detox and the Grammys line. Violence. They broke in my crib and seen Oscars, Emmys, Grammys, damn near an EGOT, and I'm still hip hop.
Facts.
Dude, come on.
Facts.
The only thing that was missing from that list is the Tony, right?
Tony Award, yep.
Right? Yeah, because it's a Tony Award, right? Because you got the Emmys,
Grammys,
the Oscars, the Grammys, the Tony, right? So I damn near got all the awards, and I'm still hip hop.
Still hip hop.
Still, I didn't lose my essence of myself. Is the way I'm taking that line.
And
you
this
know?
is about as hip hop as it gets doing this freestyle. Yeah. When you got Oscars to sit in your house, you still doing freestyles and shit. Check out Common's got a new album out too. I think it's called A Beautiful Revolution as well. So I think this is kind of in promotion for that album. So I'm gonna check that album out. Check that out.
AI is to Reebok, Jada is to D-Block, the game need a detox. That is crazy, man. And you know what I love about Common, man, is because he's in my age group. You know what I mean? So he could speak to things that I hold near and dear to me, right? Allen Iverson is who he's talking about, AI to Reebok. You know what I mean? He made Reebok cool. Let's keep it 1,000. I wasn't rocking any Reebok back then until Allen Iverson made that shit cool. But the bottom line is I love his historical outlook, man. So he's been around the block and he's been in hip hop, entrenched in hip hop and the culture for years, man. And that's why I think he's saying the game needs a detox, right? Because it's not the same anymore.
It is.
We're just not there anymore.
Completely different. That's
You know?
for sure. Yeah, go back up to that though. When the Tupac Lee, he said Lee, Tupac Lee ambition, right? Ambitions of a rider too, but also ambition. You know, the Tupac ambition. But I'm keeping my head up. Tupac, I'm a rider. Tupac,
Yep.
right? You know I'm a rider.
Yep.
You know, fuck with me. You know what I'm saying? So these are all
That was
Tupac
shit,
references.
too,
That was hard though. It was Ambitions of a Rider is what I'm saying.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And obviously keeping my head up is another Tupac song. And then he said after that, he said, from the black pool of genius, I am a diver. So from the black pool of genius, I'm a diver. You dive into a pool, right?
Yep.
But from the black gene pool, maybe from the black think tank, that pool, I'm a diver. I'm constantly learning. I'm a part of that, right? I'm immersed in that.
Diving in for more knowledge, but I'm already a genius.
Right.
And amongst geniuses, right? I'm mastering my craft.
There you go.
Is the way I'm
Fire. I love that. But I love the play on I'm a diver, right? Pool diver. That was slick. Common is as expected, man. The funny thing is he's just as sharp, if not even sharper. You know what I mean? This is Common. Sometimes when these old school cats come back, they make an album or I hear them rap, I can hear something diminished.
Yeah.
Flow wise, lyric wise, like he sounds exactly like the Common that I know, which I think is awesome, man. All right, let's keep it going.
Rhymes off, my mind's off the grid that I climbed off. I'm live till I sign off. My man Murray said never take the shine off. Sometimes I go offline to get these lines off. My crown chakras like a Chi-Town opera. Violence, they broke in my crib and seen Oscars, Emmys, Grammys, damn near an EGOT, and he's still hip hop. I'm the rap with Bird is to Bebop, with AI is to Reebok, with Jada is to D-Block. The game need a detox. Go get your turmeric and Dr. Sadie Seamoss. Burn the sands we crossed for the tribes that we lost. In the war with stars, I make niggas in the Ewoks. I'm a rap god, but still human like the beatbox. Like, wow! A 1, 2, rest in peace to Biz Markie. Honor those that spark me. I spit verses like girls get purses. Some rappers get by and some get purchased. My shape's earthless, I came to earth's surface. To reverse curses and birth purpose, my verse nurtures. A woman's worth is first, it's a soul merchant. Like a sneakerhead, I just keep soul searching. As far as freestyles, I go wild like no churches. My occupation, greatness is my co-worker. Like,
Greatness is my coworker,
Hold on, it's been a while since he's
We
been
had
up
3
here.
minutes. Obviously, he's gonna
I
continue
guess
to
he's
go.
got more.
He
Yeah.
could have ended it right there. It would have been crazy right there. Right there would have been enough. In the War with Stars, I made dudes in the Ewoks. That was slick. Star Wars reference, right? Star Wars in the War with Stars. I make dudes in the Ewoks. I think he's just saying he's sonning them.
But the line I liked here, man, was I spit verses like girls get purses. Some rappers get by and some get purchased. That was fire. That was hot. That was fire, man. You know what I'm saying? I spit verses like girls get purses. It comes so naturally, easily, right? And some rappers just get by and some get purchased. You know what I mean? They sell out. You know what I mean? Some
was
just,
slick.
that's hard. To reverse curses and birth purpose. Let me stop there for a second. To reverse curses, right? I feel like the way I'm interpreting that is like, it's certain things that you're kind of just born into. You know, you're kind of just born into poverty or born into, you can't pick your family, right? What if your mom's on crack and your dad is a drug dealer or gangbanger or something like that, right?
Right.
I can see that as an opportunity to reverse the curse you were birthed in, birth purpose, right?
Fire.
You know what I'm saying? I think that's kind of, that's the way I'm taking it anyway.
That's exactly what he means, man.
You know, and
There's so much depth in his lines.
it is, man. And then he said after that, my verse nurtures a woman's worth, right? Is first, I'm a soul merchant. What I'm hearing here is it's easy to rap about the women and the money and the this and the that, but his verses actually have meaning to uplift women, right?
That's right.
Their worth, right?
That's
Every
correct.
time I say something, it's especially when I'm talking about a woman, it's not to degrade them, it's actually to lift them up. That is beautiful the way
Incredible.
this is all purposeful.
Absolutely.
Right? You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. And that's the story of Common's career, man. I mean, he recognizes the power of a unit. It's not just about, because a lot of times in rap, man, there's misogyny. Let's keep it real. As much as I love it, there's a lot of misogyny. There's a lot of F these girls, F this women, this, especially now. I feel like what's going on today with the sort of battle of the sexes, right? There seems to be a lack of understanding of the importance of family, honoring and or uplifting your partner, right? To create a union, because there's power in that, right? So I think Common really understands the power of celebrating women and what their role is in this world being what it is, right? So I think that's beautiful, like you said, man. Yeah, let's get back to it, man. He's crushing it.
Beatbox like wallow. A 1-2, rest in peace to Biz Markie. Honor those who spark me. I spit verses like girls get purses. Some rappers get by and some get purchased. My shape's earthless, I came to earth's surface to reverse curses and birth purpose. My verse nurtures a woman's worth is first. This is soul merchant. Like a sneakerhead, I just keep soul searching. As far as freestyles, I go wild like no churches. My occupation, greatness is my co-worker. Like
Okay, wait.
Hold on, it's been a while since he's been up here. We ain't done with him yet, man.
Man, this feels great, man.
We
This
ain't
what
done.
I do. Man, this what I do, man.
The light is shining.
Back in the rap world,
Wow, front and center stage, man.
I want to hear that beat just drop again.
Yeah.
This is one of my favorite. Incarcerated Scarfaces, Man Off the Purple Tape. This is one of the hardest. Never got old.
Yeah, dude.
I never got tired of listening to this song. This beat.
The light is shining on Kyle over here.
Oh, dog.
Wow, front and center stage, man. He's
Yes.
going crazy on y'all right now.
Yo,
Common's here.
Yeah, this one.
peace
Watch.
to the gods.
Yeah.
Oh, I love this
The
beat
goddesses.
too.
Oh, man.
Come on.
Shout out to the Woo.
Yes, sir.
Yo, LA Lakers. Warriors rejoice at the voice of a black king. Some say I'm slept on, I symbolize the rap dream. The unforgettable, them niggas must be napping. I've been as cold as Jay or Nat King. It was all notorious, the glow of the glorious. The story gets wild as Zendaya's euphoria. Morpheus morals, Black Orpheus orals. To them we just mortals, to the Lord we portals for the prophets. I wear my ancestors' watches. That's why I'm timeless and no God got us sitting back watching shadows like I was a roster. I guess what it taught us about the imposters. It's kinda tricky how quick you wanna stick me for so long. You ain't care about the sickly, I keep it $150 like Giannis. Yesterday's lies and tomorrow's not promised. To stay common, I can't stare at the comments. I'm a slave to progress and A wasn't honest. Malcolm X-ray vision, I see through devils. The God stayed down the block, I always knew the levels. Use the pedals to flow words, oral arrangements like orchids.
He said, boy, some say I'm slept on. I symbolize the rap dream. When you dream, you sleep. But some say I'm slept on. I symbolize the rap dream. And I think that's it. I think Common truly represents that, though.
Yeah, I think so too. Yeah,
He
man.
truly represents that, man. He is pure hip hop and isn't about. Common has he could talk his shit if he wanted to. Common has a lot of classics, man, and a lot of great moments in hip hop, and he has earned the right to talk his shit and speak it into existence. People like Kanye speak their greatness into existence, and people, I've noticed that. Like when people are more vocal about, they say they abandon humility and they're just more vocal about being, I'm the shit. People are like, oh, I guess he is the shit, right? But people who are humble, like Common, who doesn't seem to feel the need to talk about how great he is and the things that he's accomplished when he has accomplished these things, sort of get slept on, right?
That's true though.
But he does symbolize the rap dream, man. I mean, he talked about his life in this as well, man. His beginnings and being pure hip hop and succeeding. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But he's playing on the whole I'm slept on, the rap dream. You sleep when you dream when you sleep. So I thought that was a slick ass line. And he said, I've been as cold as Jay or Nat King. So he's talking about Nat King Cole. J. Cole, I think is who he's referencing as well. He said, them dudes must be Nat Bing.
And then he said here, the story gets wild as Zendaya's Euphoria. Is that a show?
If anybody has seen Euphoria, trust me. Yeah,
it's crazy. It gets wild?
Yeah.
It gets wild, huh? Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe when he says to them, we're just mortals, but to the Lord, we're portals. Maybe we're, the culture, maybe rap, black people, maybe all of that is a portal to greatness. Maybe the Lord has bestowed a special obligation or a special task for us, and we're now kind of fulfilling that. We're kind of seeing the light through the Lord. I'm reaching, guys, because I don't know. But that's kind of the way I would assume that's what I assume that he means by it.
I love that though, man. This is why we love doing these breakdowns, man. And we love that, for the people who appreciate these, we love it, man, because it's like a puzzle. You know what I mean? I enjoy putting puzzles together, actually, literally, and also piecing it together, man, to get a feeling for what the artist is trying to say, man. I can see that. We're portals, right? When you think of a prophet, it's someone that has a divine understanding that prophesizes, right? It's through they speak to God. God speaks to them, and they prophesize the future to the people. So we're portals. A portal is that, right? It's a doorway to understanding. Is how I'm taking it.
Okay, I love that.
I'm just throwing that,
I love that.
But this is what great lyricism does, man. It gets you to think. And I think he looks at himself as a prophet. I wear my ancestors' watches, right? That's why I know I'm timeless and God got us. I'm a prophet. I see it. I've spoken to the Lord. I know my history, and I know that our time will come. The meek shall inherit the earth, or it's already here. You know what I'm saying? So I'm a portal for people to understand. The information that I'm sort of disseminating, right? So I think that's how I'm taking it, which I think is super fucking dope.
That's hard.
But he's playing
I love that take.
The whole the timeless, right? The watch tells, you can tell time on a watch, but I'm timeless. My what I do and the way I'm rapping, and this is proof of it, right? Common's been doing this since '94, shows that he's timeless. He's still able to shake the game up, man, and with a freestyle and showing that he's great at what he does.
And what do they say?
And it'd be appreciated.
Yeah. And what do they say that you lean on, or you stand on the backs of your ancestors? How does that saying go?
Yep.
You know what I'm talking about? Something like that.
The shoulders of your ancestors,
right.
Or whatever the case may
basically, be. They have laid the groundwork, so we have to carry the torch, basically, of what they've done. They've had to endure a lot of hardships that we didn't have to endure. Now, we can enjoy things that they had to fight, and die for.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
carrying on tradition is an easy way to I'm carrying on tradition. I'm like this foundation that Ryan was talking about is me carrying on tradition. I am a prophet. I'm a doorway for understanding for other people is what I think he's saying. But also when he said Morpheus morals, right? Morpheus from the Matrix. His morals, his understanding, the wisdom that he has, and understanding this is what's going on.
Yep.
Right? I'm gonna give you the option. You can go here, you can go there, but this sort of incredible wisdom that he had, right? This great mind, he embodies that. Morpheus morals, and then Orpheus orals, right? I think you're right, Ryan. I think that's Greek mythology, and I don't know if he was a poet when he says orals, right? We have to look that up. Give us some feedback. I know somebody's gonna Google that shit and tell us in the comments. But I think that Orpheus was like a poet. Right?
Okay.
Orpheus orals, right? Oral, how he's speaking and how he's delivering. So a lot that you can dig into. Then he said, I keep it $150 like Giannis. Giannis dropped that 50 in the finals, right? He's also a Milwaukee Buck.
Yeah, he killed him.
But he keeps it $100, meaning he keeps it real, is what Common is saying. That was slick. I keep it $150 like Giannis. I heard a couple of buck punches, in my day. You know what I'm saying? So that still passes. I've been hearing people use Giannis Buck. Even though Jadakiss, I'm going to give Bucks like Milwaukee because like Sam I could sell. I don't know if y'all remember that line. So, anyways.
Yesterday's lies is tomorrow's not promised. That is so hard, man.
Fire.
You say this a lot, man, in other freestyles, and when we talk about other rappers that are just great at what they do. You don't have to say a lot, but you're saying a lot.
Yes.
And just a little, that is not, how much depth is in that, right? Yesterday's lies is tomorrow's not promised. And you said something yesterday that may have been fraudulent, right?
Capping, which y'all like to say.
It's tomorrow's not promised. I don't promise shit because I lie all the time.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's beautiful, though. I'm trying to simplify shit.
It's no future in your fronting.
Right.
That's what I'm taking. There's no future in your fronting. There's no future. These lies will catch up to you at a certain point. And I think certain things just won't come to fruition if you're basing who you are and your makeup off of lies, right?
Yep. To stay common, I can't stare at the comments. I'm a slave to progress. I'm A1 honest.
Slave to progress.
I'm a slave to progress. And to stay common, I can't stare at the comments, right? I think that's a big thing for us, right? And that's a beautiful thing that's written really beautifully, right? But I think we can relate to that a lot too, right? Getting in the comments, you can't make everybody happy, but to stay
and you lose yourself.
You
sometimes. You lose yourself worrying about like what people are saying and this and that. I can't stay common. I can't stay who I am if I'm worrying about what other people are saying. Dave Chappelle's just had a special kind of, I'm sure y'all...
Don't give it away, because
I ain't going to talk about it. I am going to talk about it a little bit. But there's a part in there where, he kind of talks about his struggles. It alludes to his struggles with that. You know what I'm saying? And he's like, fuck it. You know what I mean? Twitter's not a real place is what he said in there, man. You can't live in a virtual reality. You can only live in reality. And I think that's what Common is touching on with that line. I'm a slave to progress.
I love that statement.
That's fire. Now I'm a slave to it. You know what I mean? Like I am bound into this sort of a pursuit of progress.
Yep.
Is how I'm taking that line. And
never content.
Never content. And then Malcolm X, a ray vision. I see through the devils. The gods stay down the block. I always knew the levels. Fire.
That is fire. That is so fire. That is so fire.
What? Malcolm X ray vision is crazy. X-ray, when you think of an X-ray, you see through.
Yep.
Right? Like you're seeing the inside or through something.
See through the bullshit.
You see through the bullshit. But he's saying Malcolm X ray vision, right? So his
cerebral.
He's cerebral, right? But his sort of his perspective is through. He's of that cloth. He's of that thought process, right? The Malcolm X ray vision. I see through the devils, right? Malcolm X was an activist, very well respected activist that saw through the bullshit in society that held black people down, right? And I see through the devilish activity that's oppressing black people is what Common is alluding to there. Now, this line right here where he says, the gods stay down the block, I always knew the levels, man, this is an interesting line, and I could be wrong on this, but I think, the nation of gods and earths, right, the supreme mathematics, I think it's a reference to that. When he says the gods stay down the block, man, we was already hip to it.
Yep.
When they say new levels, new devils, right? As you get up to new levels in life, there's new roadblocks and bullshit that you have to deal with, right? And new devils that you have to deal with that you haven't seen before. But we were prepared for that is how I'm taking it. The gods and the OGs and the guys that the 5%ers or whatever, I think is what he's referencing, man. Like they stand on a block, man. We already knew what was going on. We always knew what was going on with the devils. That's how I'm taking it.
Yeah, and I agree with that, man. And I could be reaching here, but being from Chicago, this block is great. The next block is horrible. So seriously, and that sounds crazy. It's so crazy, man. But gangs and different, and drug cartels and people. There's one block could be cool, next block may not be that cool, and everyone knew that. You knew the levels. You knew what you could do, and you knew what you can't do. I like
that, though. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I don't know. He may not be saying that, but coming from where I come from, being from Chicago, that was just the truth.
That was fire, though.
Gives
lots to chew on that one. All right, man. Let's keep it moving, man. We're gonna try to let it rock out, but we have to stop it. We have to touch some of these lines because we'll forget to even go over some of the lines that's true. He's delivering if we don't stop and try to talk about it. Let's keep it going.
For so long, you ain't care about the sickly. I keep it $1.50, like Giannis. Yesterday's lies and tomorrow's not promised. To stay common, I can't stare at the comments. I'm a slave to progress and A1 honest. Malcolm X ray vision. I see through devils. The gods stay down the block. I always knew the levels. These are petals to flow words. Oral arrangements like orchids. I turn a desert to an orchard. It's food deserts in my city. They say a change gon' come, but only by committee. The witty, unpredictable. Every time this play, give Ray his residuals. 9 individuals, 8 in the physical. I just gotta get a woo they props. It don't stop, rap is a ritual. I'm the untouchable style Capone, yelling peace on the phone while it's wild at home. It's war zones, niggas hustling still. They say you gotta bear arms like Justin Fields. I quarterback black movements. Like the influence of black music, the confluence beyond nuance, and uncles. We were conduits for hot clothes and hustle. I ain't catch no cases like the NBA bubble. Too much talking and flexing stimulate trouble. Brothers gon' work it out, my mind is the muscle. I exercise thoughts, divine in the subtle, like a blind man's rebuttal to see what I'm saying. Cop a nick of this rap shit. You see I ain't playing with these goofy ass rappers. I do movies, I know actors. It's all on your face, you ain't never been proactive. This is pro-black hood, wrapped in backwoods. Yeah, we stack good and still show black love like Barack and Michelle. I'm like an electric car out of my shell. I plot and prevail, pushing these bars like I got out of jail. You ain't fucking with it, well I'm feeling myself. Put me on the list where the gods will dwell. Nas and Big, I got a story, it ain't hard to tell.
That was hard.
It ain't hard to tell. California love, yo. I'm giving California love like the LA leakers. Yeah, I love the sun like LA preachers. I'm doing movies, niggas asking me for features. Lifetime achiever like Queen Latifah. Yo, knock 'em out the box, yeah, I've been a seeker. Ask Lauren, going up the hill, it always gets steeper. My mind, I grind, yo, I'm a keeper. And I'ma tell you, y'all, with the LA leakers, I came to speak, y'all.
Come on, baby. Dog, listen, bro, come.
Killed that, man. I'm gonna clap it up,
he killed
man.
that. He killed that.
That's
dude.
what legends do, man. That was fire.
I'm gonna apologize now for the sound there at the end because it looks like, based on our recording, this shit went crazy loud all of a sudden.
Yeah, that was weird.
I don't know what happened there at the end. So
It's not a complete video if we don't have some type of fucked up audio or something, man. But anyway.
man, there's so much here, man. This was a great freestyle, man. But just kind of going up here, man, in this second portion of this freestyle, man, they said change is gonna come, but only by committee.
So real, though.
It is, dude. It is. I know I'm
So simple, but yet
Yeah.
so very difficult to achieve, it seems
It
like.
is, dude. It is. We all say we want change, but there's so much red tape, and this person's part of this committee and that committee, and Republican and Democrat and this and that and all this other shit, right?
Man, male and females, and yep.
And then what happens? Nothing. Nothing changes, right? But they say change is gonna come.
Yep.
Right? I think there's so much depth in that line, man.
But only if we come together, but only by committee.
Exactly.
It's going to take us coming together and leaving our egos at the door, or leaving our own personal self-interest at the door.
Correct.
And thinking of the greater good to make real change. Give Ray his residuals. 9 individuals, 8 in the physical. I just got to give Woo the props, man. I don't stop rap is a ritual, right? Fire.
Yeah.
I love that because Common is just so hip hop, man. You know what I mean? So he said, give Ray his residuals, right? Every time this plays, give Ray his residuals, right? This is Raekwon's beat, right? Incarcerated Scarface is off of Raekwon's classic album, right? You know, the Purple Tape, only built for Cuban links. Give that man his residuals, right?
You.
know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So it's just sort of like this brotherhood is what he's speaking of, man. Make sure you take care of my guys, man. These legends, they deserve theirs. But I love how he said 9 individuals, 9 Wu-Tang members, right? Original members. And then he said 8 in the physical, man. Rest in peace to ODB. ODB, unfortunately, is no longer with us. So he's just saying, just a homage, right? An homage to the Wu-Tang members. I love that he
That was beautiful.
That was great.
Beautiful, man. And then he brought you back to the Chicago type of history, right? With the Al Capone, untouchable style, like Al Capone.
Yep.
And then he said, Justin Fields' line here, they said you got to bear arms like Justin Fields, a quarterback of black movements, right? I think that was beautiful because that's to play on words with Bears. The Chicago Bears has a new quarterback, Justin Fields, right? But we can't block for that motherfucker to save our life. But that's another conversation.
Another conversation.
Yeah, but he's always been that's Chicago's my birthplace. This is my home, so to speak.
Going back to that line, like I quarterback black movements, obviously it's to play on Justin Fields, like Ryan says, being a black quarterback, and he's quarterback. He's leading the charge for black movements, right? Black people kind of getting into at a certain level. Then you skip down here when he talks about brothers gonna work it out. My mind is the muscle. Brothers gonna work it out. When you work out, you're building muscles, right? But his mind is the muscle. So it's speaking to the black quarterback in the black movement. My mind is going to lead the charge in the black movement, right? I'm one of the pieces at least, right? Yep. Then you skip down again, and he says something about a conduit, right? Right after that, he said, like the influence of black music, the confluence, beyond nuance through aunts and uncles, we were conduits for hot clothes and hustle. He killed that though. What? So when you think of a conduit, right, you think of something that is sort of a route, right? I'm connecting it almost feels like Common is saying he's bridging the gap between old and young.
Yep.
Between like the aunts and uncles, carrying on tradition, the wisdom that's bestowed from the old school to elder.
He's a portal.
The elder state. He's a portal. Fire. And connect that. Fire. I love that. He said beyond nuance. Like I think that's unexplainable.
I'm telling you.
You can't even explain it. You can't. It's beyond just nuance. It is. These things can't even be like quantified. So just like hip hop has been sort of the conduit for clothes and hustling and this and that, and not even just within the black community, but it's been for the world. The impact that hip hop has had on the world. Is I think what he's referencing there, right? The influence of black music and black movements. I'm quarterbacking that. I'm one of the pillars of that, right? I just think that the way he's writing that is beautiful.
I'm the Kaepernick of this rap shit. You see, I ain't playing, you know?
He ain't playing.
He said, with these goofy rappers, right? I do movies. I know actors. It's written all over your face. You ain't never been
know actors. He said, I do movies. I know actors.
Yeah. He says, written all over your face. You ain't never been proactive. But that's what it is, though, right?
Is proactive still a thing?
Yeah.
The
proactive shit, the skin-based shit.
The skincare line, proactive.
You know what I'm saying?
But I see it all on your face like a pimple. It's written all over your face. You ain't never been proactive, right?
And that's such a good point, though, George, man, because I feel like with there's some great things happening in culture and the movement and bringing to light things that need to be talked about. But there are some people that are taking advantage of this shit too, though. That's not really they've never been proactive. You're not really, now all of a sudden, you know what I'm saying?
What did Kendrick say? I'm ducking a fake activist.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like, dude, come on, man. You know what I'm saying? It's like
acting.
It's almost cool to jump on the train. It's like a wave.
Yep.
And that is not right, man.
It's trending. Being woke is a trend. It seems like
dude.
to at least from my vantage point, it just seems like a lot of people. Some people are really about it. Like people like Common and Nas, like we always say, have really truly invested themselves and sacrificed, because these guys could have easily gone different directions in rap and done different things to kind of get popping, but they stayed true to themselves. So I do not only that, not only do I do movies and I know it, but I come from that real cloth. I've been doing this. It can't nobody question Common's. You know what I'm saying? His conscious spirit and what he's about.
Yeah, we stack good, but we still show black love. So we're getting our money, right? You don't have to sacrifice and sell your soul to get money. We make money. Making money is not a dirty word. Profit is not a dirty word, but we still show black love. We still stay true to ourselves. We don't sell our soul for the money, basically. That's right. Is the way I'm interpreting that. And I just think that's beautiful, because he's always been about that. It hits harder when it's true.
Yep. I love this line here. Too much talking and flexing stimulates trouble. Again, I tie this into what he's saying. I'm quarterbacking black movements. Part of being a quarterback is guiding your team, right? You're the leader of your team, and saying things like these statements that he's making. It's too much flexing, man, and talking about and bragging about how much money you have, and it kind of just almost condescending way towards people who don't have the money is only going to make people resentful. And I see that all the time in hip hop, urban culture. People, as soon as you get some money, you talk about what you have, and maybe you're not. And maybe it's not always malicious, but it indirectly is shitting on someone else. You know what I mean? Whether you realize it or not, and you try to disguise it as, it's just for motivation. You trying to flex, man. You trying to show people. Anyway. And I love how he ended it, man. I don't think he could have ended it better. You know what I mean? Put me on the list where the gods will dwell. Nas and Big. I got a story, and it ain't hard to tell.
Yeah, that's hard.
That was fire.
That's
beautiful. Beautiful ending to it, because I think it says a lot more than just obviously to play on. Those two songs by Nas and Big, right? Biggie made the song "I Got a Story to Tell." Check that out off of the Life After Death album. And Nas, obviously, with off the Illmatic album, It Ain't Hard to Tell. He's got a story, and if you really pay attention,
it ain't hard to tell.
It ain't hard to tell that I should be on the list. Where the gods dwell, the gods like Nas and Biggie, right? It ain't hard to tell it. Just look at my accomplishments.
The proof is in the pudding. As my grandmama used to say.
Yeah, fire. And then just to cap it off, there's a few points in this freestyle where he could have stopped and it could have just been a body.
Annihilation.
Just annihilation. But then he had the nerve to kick a freestyle at the end and have it coherent and fire. Ask Lauryn going up the hill, Lauryn Hill. It always gets steeper. We already know what happened with Lauryn Hill, just some of the backlash that she's kind of gone through and the roadblocks she's ran into in her career.
It's been an uphill battle.
I've been uphill battle for her for sure, right? I'm doing movies, dudes asking me for features. I'm doing a movie, I'm over here. And you still asking me for features, right?
Yep.
You know, my Lifetime Achiever, like Queen Latifah, who just got a Lifetime Achievement Award, I'm not mistaken. This is off the dome, though.
That's
on
dope.
the spot, not pre-written. Obviously, this freestyle is a pre-written freestyle. But just to keep it even more hip-hop, he ends up with a freestyle, man. Come on, man. Common's one of the greatest to ever do it.
You got to give it up.
Give that man his flowers,
You got to give it up,
man.
bro. You have
He's
to.
one of the greatest.
That was refreshing, wasn't it?
Oh, man. So dope, man. So much wisdom. And that's what I love about touching these guys, man. You know, we did the Rayvon freestyle. Rayvon killed. He's the young, hungry guy. And we got that young, hungry energy and ready to just prove to the world that he can rap. And then we get this energy like, y'all already know who I am. And let me remind you what I can do, right? And let me show you, let me give you jewels to really think about and sit on and help you like, you know, live life and appreciate life. You know, it's just different. It's beautiful, but both beautiful.
Bridging the gap.
There you go. And that's the end of the video, man. If you guys enjoyed that, please hit the like button. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe, man.
Hit the notification buttons if you haven't been getting notified when we drop videos.
Yeah, we need to do that more often, man. Make sure y'all hit the notification button, man, so y'all can kind of be up on what we got going on, man. But that's the end of the video, guys. If you enjoyed it, again, hit that like button. I'm George. That's Ryan Lost to Vegas.
We out.
We out.